So let's have a look at some pull tests. I call this system testing, where we are testing individual components together and see what the results are, see what the reaction is of a certain item. And in this case, we're going to pull test our carabiner, the aluminum carabiner. That is my favorite one. So we're breaking some good stuff here. At the same time, while you have a look at it, see if you recognize something that you do when you're out there rigging. Let's have a look at the first. Video number one. This is a 20mm nylon sling and a standard D-style aluminum carabiner. It's going to be a battle for which one is going to break first, because both have the same breaking strength of 30 kilonewtons. And that's always tricky. As you saw in the first video, it's where the oh, there it went. It went right on the sling. And as I said in the first video that you saw, where we unfortunately didn't have any slow motion video for it, it was the breaking strength of the carabiner that lost. In both cases, very close to each other, and not bad results, as we would expect, of course. So number two, it's a 25mm polyester sling, which of course is stronger than the 20mm sling. But is it in the system? Let's have a look at the results here. There it went on the carabiner. And you can tell it's a lot lower than what we would anticipate. And that's, of course, you're getting closer to the opening of the carabiner, and that anytime you do that, it will have an effect on its breaking strength. So normal way of rigging, very common for us to see 25mm slings doubling up and doing all these things, but keep in mind that this always have an effect on the breaking strength of any components that you're using in your system. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, last one. As you can tell, it's a lifting sling, not a PPE, not a personal protective equipment. Let's see what the results are for this pull test. There it went, and of course at a much lower rate, a much lower number than we would anticipate. A very common practice in the industry to use a mix-match PPE with non-PPE. And in this case, it's a bad idea, and there's a reason why. But yeah, you can see it for yourself. Okay, this was very interesting. As you can tell, anytime you're using PPE, when you mix and match components together, you always have to take into account that there is some influence of these components on each other. Thickness of rope, with your descender, or the size of slings with your carabiners. And especially if you're using something that is outside the scope of a PPE, like a lifting sling, if it's not steel, which is smaller, or if it's something that is really wide or long, everything has an effect, either elongation or breaking strength on your components. So keep in mind that I'd rather sell to you 20mm slings that are very close to the minimum breaking strength than a heavy duty 25mm slings. So keep in mind for next time when you rig, and don't forget to like us and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any comments or would like to see something pulled, let me know.